Another gorgeous autumn day. Just beautiful.
Hey guys, not sure if many of you have noticed, but there's been an announcement of another Minelab machine. The official announcement for the X-Terra Pro. And I guess maybe I might be in the minority here, but none of this makes any sense. We had the Manticore first announced. Then, not that long after, we've got the Equinox 700 and 900 series that were supposed to be an improvement to the 600 and 800 legacy machines that were tarnished with all sorts of issues. But now, we have the X-Terra Pro. And oddly enough, it was being, I shouldn't say it was being, it had been noticed as something that was making its rounds in China. And I think Minelab had to come clean on it because people were noticing there were people either talking about it or there was some kind of rumor mill about the machine. And now they've made it official. Sounds like they're going to be making it, I guess, a little more official with an upcoming show in early March by bringing it there. But I guess this all goes back to this question of whether, and honestly, I do have to give credit to Merrill with one of his videos where he talks about some of the things going on with Minelab. I have to question what exactly this company thinks it's doing. It appears to be flooding the market with equipment, and it, for a lot of reasons, looks just like machines that are being repackaged with old tech. Yeah, they might be making some refinements, some improvements, but a single frequency machine that you can pretty much replicate that function with the Knox. It's supposed to be waterproof, which unfortunately some of us found out the Knox was not. And how about that Manticore? So, you know, some of you might have noticed that I've been starting a series of tests to figure out how we can start to measure some of these claims that are being made about the power and the depth claims. And you can't, I mean, I've tried to locate a Manticore and I can't. Nearly every dealer that I've spoken with has said that they've had less than 10 in their inventory. Cabela's somehow ended up with 500 in Georgia. I don't know what Cabela's is doing with the Manticore because the whole dealer system and model was meant to act as something of a safety net, if you will, for detectorists who are spending this kind of money, have issues, can contact that dealer and have it fixed. Now with Cabela's, we have a retailer model where very likely what's going to happen is when machines stop working or people are unsatisfied with which happens, you know, especially with the Manticore. Not that I'm saying that it's going to have issues, but, you know, do you really see customers of Cabela's being as savvy as a lot of us are, how many of those machines do you think people are going to return because they're not going to be able to figure out the machine? And how many of them are going to be sold as refurbs? So this kind of leads into this question and the subject: have Minelab lost their minds? Because they haven't done good on the Equinox. I know that my machine's out of warranty. My coil's broken. My headphones are broken. I'm not taking it in the water because I do not want to pay $500 to replace the control box. So I'm stuck with a machine that I can't sell to anybody. I'm thinking about getting the Manticore, but I can't find one. And now the X-Terra comes out. How much do you think this will lead into a problem if they weren't able to handle the problems with the Equinox well? How well do you think they'll be able to handle the issues with all these new machines coming to the market? I want to put that out there. I think it's a legitimate question that we need to ask ourselves. With this amount of equipment coming out, can Minelab, who seem to be doing a hell of a job frustrating their dealers by not delivering product, and should we encounter issues with all these new machines, which we will, how's Minelab going to handle it? Is Cabela's now going to be their new retail model, their savior in all this? I put it out there. I mean, maybe there's some people that know a little bit more than I do, but you know, this idea of a stranded ship out there with all this Manticore product that they can't get to, that now has caused Minelab to fly machines out, and this slow trickle to consumers. I mean, all the people that have one, congratulations. I mean, it's not going to benefit me because there's still 2 feet of snow out there. But come spring, there's going to be some people out there with issues. I can feel it. The other question I want to put out there, and I don't think a single dealer or influencer or anybody that calls themselves a data expert, or whatever the hell Minelab calls them, can give me a straight answer. And that is, with all these outrageous claims of these machines being new and improved, and with all these advanced features, how many people out there with a machine now have actually taken it in the water and used it? And I mean not just going in for a little dip, but getting out in the water. Some of you out in Florida who've been, making it known that you've got your Manticore, get out in the water. Get out there for a couple of hours. Some of you out in other tropical climates, get in the water. I don't care about the land. I want to see what this machine can do in the water for 3-4 hours on a repeat daily cycle of, or weekly cycle of at least a couple of days in the water for that length of time. Because my impression is that for all the hype that's being circulated out there, we don't have enough data on how well these new machines perform in the water. And I need that. I think we all need that, because after what happened with the Equinox, some of us are just not as trusting anymore with Minelab's claims of what their machines can do. Thanks very much for watching, and I'd love to hear your comments and feedback on this, because we are all probably facing the same question and dilemma, and that is, as these new machines keep coming out, I think the suggested retail or MSRP on the X-Terra is somewhere around 800. That will probably change. I know that, with some of the dealer sites I've been seeing, you're looking at about $1,500, $1,600 US. Again, these are all US prices. Canadian, obviously, you're going to be more in the 2200 for the Manticore range. And, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1400 for the 700 or 900, maybe slightly less for the 700. You know, we're well in the 1K range now for a machine. How much, you know, how much of this is really just being smart and being more prepared with these first generation machines, the Knox being a second gen, but how many of us are going to wait it out and see how these first generation machines perform, if there's going to be any issues. I know I don't want a machine with glitches. I don't want a machine that's got issues. I'm willing to wait it out. I'm willing to be a laggard here. How about you? Thanks for watching.